Secondo Legambiente sono oltre 6.000 i comuni italiani a rischio idrogeologico. Le aree ad elevata criticità sfiorano i 30.000 km², il 10% del territorio nazionale. Oltre 5 milioni di italiani convivono con il pericolo di frane e alluvioni. Ma come si è creata questa situazione?
The population is growing. The people have to find places to build houses. Where were the people building the houses? Close to the rivers, because of transport. But the rivers are made, they have also what they call the inundation, the flooding meadows. So the river goes over the dikes. It's not the dike which is not enough, but the people have not to live there close to it. That's the big problem. The water comes from the mountains into the valley, but this is natural phenomena. And they said it's a flooding. No, it's a natural phenomenon that the river goes over the borders. We're not living there, maybe there was flooding, but not so many people killed.
Extreme climate situations that are common to the Mediterranean areas, you can reduce the problems that come because of those changes in the climate. Still is not enough. Those solutions are not things that are immediate.
What is the problem in Udine is different what the problem is in Sicily. Sicily can be a problem of erosion, and Udine can be a problem pollution of bad water, inundations, extreme events. Sicily, Venice, this is a part of soil, water which cannot infiltrate in the soil, which is standing on the soil and which gives you inundation.
I problemi del suolo sono problemi cruciali per la sopravvivenza. Rispetto a 30 anni fa l'interesse in situazioni come climatology, ambiente, cose di questo genere è cambiato notevolmente.
The Bible says we have the 7 fat years and the 7 meager years. It's not exactly 7, can be 8, but we have the fluctuation.
All'inizio del mese di marzo, Trieste ha ospitato il meeting internazionale sulla fisica dei suoli, giunto al 30° anniversario. Tra gli argomenti trattati, l'inquinamento, il cambiamento climatico, il bilancio idrico e la degradazione dei suoli.
What is soil physics? Is the physics of the soil. And what is physics? Is the study of nature, the study of the 4 elements, which is land, and soil is part of it, with is water, with is air, and with this, we call that fire. But fire is the sun, energy. This is all related. The basic of the soil physics were the theoretical laws applied, from physical law applied to the soil. To predict something, this is more easy, I think, than to do something. Think what will happen, not be negatively, but try to do something now. Now we can measure the extreme events because we have instruments to measure high intensity. Before there were also extreme events, but we could not measure.
Work with a lot of data, new data to process data, and then some very complex problems that before you had to deal with them in very isolated aspects. Now you can put all together and combine and see how they interact. The computer simulation is very good when you have good data. In some cases we have gone too much into simulation and then not enough effort to get real data. And this is one thing that has to equilibrate. Because up to now many of those things have been dealt empirically. And empirically there have been made a lot of mistakes.
Cambiamento climatico e dissesto idrogeologico sono problemi globali. Spesso però le soluzioni a questi problemi devono essere trovate a livello locale. Ogni regione e ogni territorio hanno caratteristiche uniche.
What is climate change? If you think about climate, you think about 2 things. Temperature, too hot, we're freezing, or too much rain, or no rain. Globally, the problem is mathematically solved, but in each country it's not solved. The 1 + 1 is not 2. We try to solve global problem, but that is not really the Italian problem. You have to be downscaling. Can be the scale of the Mediterranean, the Adriatico. For the Kyoto Protocol, you have to plant 100,000 trees, but you don't have to plant it in Italy. You can plant it in Turkey, you can plant it in Tunisia, you can plant, and you are solved.
For example, one way to combat climate changes is to use what they call biofuels. Germany is the one that is producing more biodiesel. It's based in palm oil that is grown in Indonesia, Malaysia, and even in South America. And to plant that palm oil, they have to eliminate forests and floodings and everything derived from that destruction of that forest. To combat the problem of climate change, but you are creating problems in another place.
Now, if something happens in Beijing, in China, immediately with this communication, you know that there is a problem. And you know that there is an extreme event. Before, 50 years ago or 30 years ago, there was no communication. In some parts, it's not climate change.